So this is black light, and I decided, to give an illustration of how the white man really, he don't want to, I made the statement, said he want to kill all of us. He don't want to really kill all of us. We like his cattle. He's like a vampire, sucking all our energy, out of us. Uh, my mother was pulled into the Nation of Islam at a very early age, around, 16, 17. She had me at the age of 17 or 18. She had my brother at the age of 16. By the time she had me, she was going to the temple on a regular basis and getting that knowledge. I remember it, some of it. It stayed with me. I remember the, the chalkboard with the American flag and the national flag, the universal flag of the Nation of Islam. They had a hangman, a black man hanging on a tree, saying which ones will survive the war of Armageddon. I remember that. That's imprinted in my brain. And up until around the age 7. So then she went back, white. I remember she wrote the messenger. I remember this. Because she was talking about it. And she wanted to get a job. She always wanted to work, have money. And so she wrote the messenger, say, I want to work for the government, but I can't wear my Islamic garb or my Islamic clothing. So the messenger told her, to get the money, if they tell you to don't wear it, don't wear it. Just get the money. So she went for the job, but they turned her down because it was a government job and they didn't want blacks in it. But after that, she just stopped wearing it altogether, and she fell out with her brother, and she didn't wear it no more. Started celebrating Christmas, eating pork, doing all that. So I love my mother. I'm not against her, you know, because she did born me into the Nation of Islam, which I believe saved my life, you know. And a little later on, I get into my life history. But as my mother, towards the end, before my mother left the planet, peace and blessings be upon her, she was in the hospital, Henry Ford Hospital, and they kept taking her blood. And I told my mom, I say, they're experimenting on you, you know. They want to find out why you so strong at the age you at. You don't have a cane, you don't, you're not bent over, you're not this way and that way. But she did have a heart problem. And I explained that heart problem a little later on. What I tell it to you now, when you don't forgive your loved ones and you keep a grudge in your heart gets hard, your arteries get hard, you don't have no love in your heart. And this is what the main thing, you can't heal yourself, because that's a process of healing is forgiving yourself and then changing the way you think. You transform your thoughts, you transform your whole body. Transform your mind, you transform everything. Because you're constantly healing yourself. Every time you go to sleep, you're replacing cells with dead cells with new cells. However, it was something in her blood making her strong, though. Because it took her 2 years to finally give in to succumb to the heart problem. And she couldn't forgive her brother. She couldn't forgive my father. They was taking this blood from her. So these two students, medical students, wanted her to sign a contract saying that they wanted to give her blood to help somebody else. They wanted to do an experiment on her blood and then help somebody else with it. So right then and there, I knew what time it was. You know, I knew. And so I told my mother, I said, Mom, I say, there's something in your blood, you know, that they discovered, probably in all black people. I said, because we got melanin and no telling what properties melanin have, more than what we think. So it's got to have something to do with our blood, you know, also. So they came back and told her, you know, that what she signed. So she said, yeah. So I interjected. I said, look, if she signed this, y'all knock off some of that hospital bill, you know. Because she wasn't in there for the long haul. She was just in there for them to run tests on her. And they was going to release her in a day or two anyway. So, you know, they was just monitoring her vitals, making sure they go back to normal. And they was at a normal rate when the two students came. One of them was white and one of them was Asian. So she went on ahead and signed the contract, and she told me to shut up. So I know why she said it, because she felt like she was at the mercy of the hospital, and if she would have refused, they probably wouldn't gave her no support. So I shut up, you know, because I didn't want to cause no complications and blame it on me. But you know, I also understood why Elijah wanted a black hospital. Right then and there, it hit on me. I said, oh, this is why Elijah wanted a black hospital. Then I thought about why Minister Farrakhan didn't continue the program of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He had a blueprint for a black hospital. When Minister Farrakhan had that cancer, he didn't want to go to no white hospital, so he had to go to Howard University. And I wouldn't trust them either, you know. They too close to up under the white man. But I believe, myself personally, I believe that's where he compromised himself when he was in Howard University. I believe that, all sincerity, that when he went with Wallace D, and then he, you know, started pulling the nation back together again, there's a question mark there. Was he for real or was he working for the government then? And if he was, maybe he decided to, double cross the devil and get back what Elijah had. And then that's when they put that cancer in him. You know. So you never know. You never know what goes on behind closed doors. But this is just my speculation. Because I don't know for sure. It's not a fact. But you can tell something ain't right now because he's not teaching. He didn't follow up on getting everything back. He got the funds back, but he didn't get the banks back. He didn't get the hospital back. And if he got the funds back, he ain't got no trucks, and he ain't got no supermarkets to put the produce in. So this is how you analyze different things, And a lot of brothers, they don't want to say that because the minister done a whole lot of good. But there's a whole lot of questions. The Million Man March, I know a whole lot of money came through the Million Man March, and there's nothing to show for it. So, we just want to make you think and tell you that there's thieves among us, especially right now on YouTube. See, we gotta be able to identify what brother or sister work for the enemy. Any brother that don't want to unite all the black people from all over, from Jamaica, from Africa to Australia to Europe, we all over the planet. If we unite, we can take this planet back. You can set up your own government, your own money system. But I'm going to show you how to unite in the neighborhoods on the next video. We're going to try it. Show you how to unite in the neighborhoods, especially here in Detroit. Black Light out.